Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Renuka, working in DG Vaishnav College, BBA department as assistant professor. I'm going to discuss with you all regarding effective teaching methods. The term teaching method refers to the general principles, pedagogy and management strategies used for classroom instruction. The biggest challenge for any teacher is capturing each student's attention and conveying ideas effectively enough to create a lasting impression, isn't it? Let's see the 5 E's of effective teaching. In that, first E is engage. Basically, we have to occupy and engage the students in variety of activities. Activities which will focus students' attention and stimulate their thinking capacity. The next one is exploration phase. Here, students are actively explore the new concepts to concrete learning experience. The third E, explain, is a teacher-led phase that helps students synthesize new knowledge and ask questions if they need further clarification. The fourth one is elaboration phase of a 5E model. It focuses on giving students space to apply what they have learned. This helps them to develop a deeper understanding. The evaluation phase allows for both formal and informal assessment. During this phase, teachers can observe their students and see whether they have a complete grasp of the core concepts. So, there are 5 E's of effective teaching. If we follow this, we can improve our teaching. Let's see the effective teaching methods. So, I have listed different teaching methods. They are lecture method, discussion method, project method, role play, problem solving method, demonstration method, classes outside classroom method, storytelling method, welcome new ideas, creative teaching, audio and video tools, brainstorm, refer to books on creativity, case study method, and work together as a team. Let me start with lecture method. Lecture method is the most common method of teaching. It delivers concepts. It delivers a lot of information in a short period of time. In lecture method, only the teacher talks and students are passive listeners. It is most commonly used in colleges and in schools. Before starting to prepare a lecture, the teacher must be able to answer 4 basic questions. That is, who is your audience? What is the purpose of your lecture? How much time is available? What is the subject matter that you are going to discuss in the class? Now let's see what are the situations where lecture method can be used. It is used in the introduction of a new topic, in the introduction of new instruments, or revising and summarizing lessons, or even if you want to cover the syllabus quickly, this lecture method can be used. Now, let's see about discussion method. It involves two-way communication between participants. During discussion, the teacher spends some time listening while the students spend some time talking. The discussion is therefore a more active learning experience for the students than lecture method. Actually, the word discussion refers to examining it thoroughly to reach a conclusion. A discussion is an activity of sitting and talking about a specific subject. A discussion method is a means by which People share experiences, ideas, and attitudes. This method ensures maximum participation. Students have the opportunity to criticize and evaluate. Here in this method, teacher divides the class into different groups and gives the topic of the discussion to each group. And now every group has a leader to anchor and conduct this discussion. In the end, teacher draws the conclusion of the discussion with the help of leaders. Discussion method is used in areas in which students already have some knowledge or experience. It is also be used following a lecture or demonstration. Now let me move on to project method. The essence of this method is learning by doing. It takes the students beyond the walls of the classroom. It is carried out in a natural setting, thus making learning realistic and experiential. It encourages investigative learning and solution of practical problems. It encourages the spirit of scientific inquiry as it involves validation of hypotheses based on evidence gathered from the field through investigation. It enables a student's social skill as it requires interaction with the social environment. Here, teacher plays a facilitator role rather than the role of expert. It encourages the spirit of research in the students. This method is not only subject-centered, but due importance is being provided to the students as well. Through this method, students are provided with various opportunities by which they can satisfy their interests and desires. And next method is role play. Role play is a mind-blowing game wherein participants assumes the roles of given character. Based on that, they create collaborative stories and determine relevant action towards role taken. It involves an activity which a student or a group of students dramatize his or their real reactions to certain problematic situations. The purpose is to find out how students will normally conduct themselves once they are confronted with a particular kind of conflict or difficulty. The next method is problem-solving method. In this method, students learn by working on problems. This enables the students to learn new knowledge by facing the problems to be solved. Problem solving is a teaching strategy that employs the scientific method in searching for information. 5 basic steps of the scientific methods are: number 1, defining the problem. Number 2, formulating hypothesis. Number 3, testing the likely hypothesis. Number 4, analysis. And the last one is formulating conclusions. We can say it is a student-centered strategy which requires students to become active participants in the learning process. It develops higher level thinking skills. With this, I am completing my session 1. Kindly stay tuned for part 2 presentation. Thank you.